But I was talking to an antique dealer friend of mine, very high end, so museum quality, high end. He just finished a show over the weekend, and he said it was the best show he's ever had in 25 years. So what does that tell you? That tells you the big money is getting to hard assets to protect their wealth.
Yep, it does.
So that's exactly what it tells you. And you guys all know, if you've been watching me long enough, I'm sure you've heard me say that you always want to do for yourself what the smartest guys on any given topic are doing for themselves. What am I doing? I'm buying gold. I'm buying silver. And a few antiques.
Peace, blessings, and respect. I am Conscience One, and this is the Disambiguous Grind.
But yes, I did get this email from Don, and he's been tracking the national debt closely, as you say. He noticed that on December 15th of last year, so just a little over a month and a half ago, the national debt clicked over to $29 trillion. But he's been watching it closely since, and he noticed that as of yesterday, February 2nd, 2022, the national debt went over 30 trillion. So at this current rate, it's going up at a pace of about $7 trillion annually.
Peace, blessings, and respect. It is almost midnight, about to be Friday, because today is Thursday. It's been a long, crazy day. But I just got through looking at some of the videos on YouTube that I missed today, some of the people that I subscribe to, some of the channels. And one of them today pointed out, talking to Mike Maloney, pointed out that February 2nd, 3rd, that the U.S. debt clock, the national debt clock, said that the deficit was 30 trillion. I asked the question to Mike, and I don't know if he'll answer me or not, or when he'll get to it, but nevertheless, that 30 trillion is actually more like 54. And the reason why I say that is because back in 2008, when Congress and everybody told the public that they had bailed out the banks with $5 trillion, they actually had bailed out the banks with $29 trillion. That's $24 trillion more than what they told us. So if the national debt clock is saying $30 trillion, shouldn't it actually be saying more like 54, if not higher? Because we don't know what else they've been lying to us about. You know, don't sleep, people. Get your hands on some physical quick, because these cats they about to do everybody dirty, man. They about to do everybody dirty. Don't get stuck out there in the cold. Get you some physical now. Hurry up. For real, for real.
We had a 30-year mortgage at 2.95%. Today it's 4.06%. We had third quarter GDP back then at 33.1%, and the third quarter GDP estimate, growth estimate, is estimated to be at 2.3% this year. That's a 30% swing. And of course, we had inflation at 1.4%, and now it's at 7%. Now, those are just for the first 12 months of the current administration. But what's bothering me on top of these numbers that they've told us about is what they haven't told us about. In fact, what they've lied to us about. I want to talk about that for a minute. I mean, does it feel to you like we have 3.9% unemployment? I don't know about you, but have you gone to a fast food restaurant? Have you seen all of the help wanted signs all over the place? According to our buddy, your buddy and mine, John Williams at Shadow Stats, we are sitting at just under 25% unemployment. 24.8, I think, is his number. 24.8. And these are all the people who are being paid to be unproductive. And does it feel like we have 7% inflation? Here again, John says that number is 15%. And that's with no products on the shelves, too. That's what Milton Friedman, the great Austrian economist, said is inflation. That's more money chasing fewer goods. And that's exactly what we have. We have wicked inflation. But how about inflation? And this is what drives me to say a lot of the things I do. And I'll tell you, it's going through the roof. They're spending trillions of dollars, done again, trillions. And they've, at least what they told us about, right? So let's go back real quick to 2008, because I read something here the other day that absolutely blew my mind. And I think it's going to blow the listeners' minds, too, when I get to this really interesting point. In 2008, they told us that they spent $700 billion on TARP, the Troubled Asset Relief Program. Remember that? And $700 billion in infrastructure. Now, that $1.4 billion is pretty much what created the Tea Party. And back then, and that seemed crazy, people were going nuts that we would spend that kind of money. And then they bailed out the banks for another $3.5 trillion. I know you remember that too, right? So they told us in 2008 that they spent $5 trillion, but they didn't. Those numbers were sealed for 2 years. They felt it was too damning to let the public see those numbers. But in a matter of national security, at the end of those 2 years, they sealed them for another 10. And they kept them sealed for 10 years. And thanks to the Levy Economics Institute group, who went to all the way to the Supreme Court with the Federal Reserve under a Freedom of Information Act, we found out that the Fed lied to us in a very, very big way. We're now finding out over 10 years later that it was not $5 trillion that they spent. In fact, it was a whole heck of a lot more. Let's talk about it for 1 second. They gave Bank of America, according to the Freedom of Information Act that has now just been released, $1.3 trillion. They gave Merrill Lynch $1.9 trillion. They gave Morgan Stanley $2 trillion. They gave Citibank, basically nationalizing Citibank, $2.5 trillion. And guess who's a co-owner of the New York Federal Reserve? Citibank. Doesn't seem like, to me, like maybe there's a little bit of conflict of interest there. So the Fed, according to this report, bailed out the financial system not with $5 trillion, but with $29 trillion when we were told 5. It wasn't just our banks and our system that they bailed out. They gave money all over the world. They gave $3.7 trillion to Japan, $1.5 trillion to the UK, $1.4 trillion to Germany. In other words, we're not just collapsing our economy, but we're inflating the world on a global scale. And you know what? When it all busts apart, guess who's going to be hated by the entire world? Us, for creating this problem.
Would you rather have paper or gold?
Well, it looks like it may have begun. Earlier this week, I was doing some research, looking up the gold backs and whatnot, trying to see what was out there, and this is what I found. Right. So the 5 is 16, the 10 is 32, the 25 is 83. Yeah. 32 for the 10. Now let's see what it's going up to. And like I say, this was earlier this week. Today is Friday. I was looking at these numbers on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I was saying we were out of stuff. Let's go to CMI. CMI, gold spot price 1809, silver 2259. And like I said, today is Friday, so I was looking at these numbers last night. Let's look at the gold and silver specials. Silver 25.94 plus 335 per ounce over spot, 100 ounce minimal. The kilo, $812.24. Sure, the spot's right around the same. Let's look at the gold now. No gold. They don't have any gold specials. I must be tripping. Silver. Okay. Gold. Wow. All right. Let's look at some more prices here. You know what I'm saying? A few different sites. They have a few in stock. A lot of things are on Notify Me. And I'm looking at the price differences as well also. So yeah. Yeah. 516 for the ones. 1882 for the fives. 35 for the 10. 166 for the 50. Let's check out this site, see what they have. All right. 329 for the set. 695 for one gold back. 2150 for 1.5. 39.45 for a 10. Ooh-wee. 129, 329 for 550s. The 25 is $93. Yeah, that's a $10 increase from the other. Just that quick. Now, AppMix. Clicked on them. Nothing. Refresh. Nothing. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with AppMix. That's a little sus, but it is what it is. Let's go. Let's check out the next site. Let's see what they have. Yeah, man. Comparing them numbers to what they are now. Yeah, they're gone. A couple things went up a couple dollars. Some things went up as much as $10. So yeah, better get a move on. Better get a move on, guys, and grab you some precious metals. Because the thing is, the party's just getting started. It's about to get funky up around here. Let's see. Let's check out some other prices too. Check out some other prices. Pretty, man, yeah.
Would you rather have paper or gold?